Here.
Vinny.
Here.
Knogle.
Here.
Curran.
Here.
None here. Bryant.
Here.
Wilmsmeyer.
Here.
Linegar.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. We'll stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by an invocation given by our own Erica Benny. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, let's pray. Gracious God, we come before you today humble and thankful for your presence and for all the blessings that fill this room. Please grant us open minds, open ears, and open hearts, both in here and outside. Bless especially all the young people in this room who have such a bright future for us. And we ask that all decisions be made with the children at the front, and we thank you. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Amen.
All right.
Thank you very much. Welcome, everybody. This is fantastic to have another great crowd. So, first on the agenda tonight is public comment, and as part of that, we do our presentations, and we're going to do that first. And I would ask, at this time, we'll turn it over to Eric, Stacy, for a presentation.
Oh.
Yeah, she was cheering me.
So, so a little background. Officer Tyler Timmons was killed October 26th, 2021. This year was his 1-year anniversary. I was contacted by one of our teachers, Lindsay Carney, who wanted to do a fundraiser for the Tyler Timmons Foundation. The idea was to do the t-shirts. These are them.
Yeah. They're very comfortable.
And through some problems with us, our first supplier, our first business, we ended up at Minimum Press with only about 4 or 5 days to sell t-shirts before the 1-year anniversary. So, so in 4 days, we sold over 300 t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, and so that fundraiser made $1,595.33. And so
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
We
Thank
appreciate
you
it.
so much
Yeah,
for doing that.
and
That's great.
we're we're just launching our foundation. We just got the Facebook page up and going. We're gonna do a lot of really great things, and this just helps. And your support, continuous support that this community has given myself and my family, and the way that you guys choose to honor my husband is amazing. And very grateful to be a part of this type of community. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
we know you have a
Yes,
foundation
I have a
meeting.
foundation meeting to get to. So.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. You guys
It's
take care.
amazing they sold that many in a short amount of time. I think that's incredible.
All right. Thank you for that, Eric. I appreciate that. Next up is recognition of our Warriors marching band.
This is exciting, right? But I won't say, hey, band. I really like that, and they're like, he has them, so I just think that's amazing. They can be talking and being really loud and kind of crazy, and do you still have those? Oh, yeah, and you can say that anywhere in the room, and they will respond. It's incredible. I don't know how that happens, but you're good. You want to hang out here?
Yeah, sure.
That would be terrific. First, I do want to thank the director, Wyatt Roberts. He does so much. I know you all know this, but I don't know if you all know how much he gives to this group of young people. I might even get choked up. I mean, I watched them in the heat. I watched them in the almost rain. I watched them practice in different places. I wanted to watch them in Orlando, but didn't make it. I do have a shirt, though, thanks to Mrs. Mayhall. Always sport my Marching Warriors gear. I can't believe how much you all put into what you do. If anybody, how many of you have watched them perform at a game or to see the maneuvers they do? it is miraculous that they can put on a show, and it's a show. It's not just a marching band. They're playing, but it's a show. You're entertained at the same time. Especially this year's, I think, was especially entertaining, right? From the color guard to the drum major to anybody in the band, you guys are phenomenal. I just want you to understand how much I know and appreciate what you do, okay? And we're really proud of you. The whole board is incredibly proud of you. I just wanted to make sure you knew that. So we are recognizing seniors tonight. Do you want to talk a little bit about the event that was on Saturday, October 22nd?
I can, sure.
Probably better if you did.
Yeah, sure. October 22nd was our last performance, our last competition at the University of Illinois. They took first place. I have to say I was beyond impressed just that they showed up that week. I don't know if you're familiar with that week, but that was the week that the flu hit us. And so on Thursday, our rehearsal, we ended up having to cancel it because we had 36 kids out. I know. And then the next day, on Friday, we had, I think, just as many out of school. And I've never been so close to canceling a competition in my life. But I started calling and saying, "Hey, you guys alive? Are you going to do this?" And, "Oh yeah, we're pumping full of vitamin C and Gatorade,
Resting.
and I promise we'll be there tomorrow." And 5 minutes before they took the field, they looked like they were about dead. But then, as they hit the field, man, they cowboyed up and they really did well. So we couldn't be more proud of them. Great job.
And I saw the video. Lots of people send them to me as it's going. I saw one live. If I can't be there, I'm there in spirit and watching. So getting excited. Then when they were doing the awards, I'm listening live to Lindsay Doolittle sends me stuff all the time, or you, and it's really fun to hear. And other teams, they call them teams, other bands, will come up to you guys too, right? And appreciate what you did. I mean, I just think that is just amazing that other schools come and tell them how impressed they were with you. So no matter what happens, you should be very proud of yourselves. So they're going to recognize seniors tonight, but that does not mean they're all not amazingly wonderful. We just didn't have quite enough room for how many
We'll
total?
recognize the others in subsequent.
Hey, there you
Of
go.
course we will.
Yeah.
I like to put subsequent.
Yep. Yeah, we're about 120.
120. So, and if any of you, I think that their performance, Mr. Mitchell, did we have that posted, that performance from Eastern?
We can get it posted.
Let's do that. I mean, I really want you all to see it. Like, I think to understand what they do and they're playing an instrument. They had to memorize the song, okay? And they're zooming around all over the field doing whatever, and they're still playing, and it's just amazing to me, the multitasking they have to do. So we'll post that again for you to see. So we'll start, you'll come on up, you'll get a picture, and we'll get you your little certificate. So we're gonna start with Triskaya Augustin. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Where's Sky? Come on up. Yay. She's beautiful in this, or her homecoming dress. There you go. Mr. Roberts needs to be over here too.
Oh, you
Yeah,
guys.
no, you can. Picture.
I have to do it, Miss Brockman.
Oh, yeah, Miss Brockman, I forgot to talk. Oh my gosh. I'll talk about her next. I'll talk about her. Right here. You want to be next to her in the, here we go. Do you even really want me in the picture? I don't know. I'll just say no.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
And I will say that because I didn't talk about Miss Brockman, she has been an amazing addition to the band. The kids watching, I was at, I guess it was the beginning of the year where it was the end of last year, a basketball game, and they were all up in the stands and they were all talking about you, and it was, I don't know, they just love her. To watch that, how you guys care about her and how she deals with all of you, and to come here and the dedication she's shown in this short of time is really commendable. So we're really lucky to have you. So I wanted to make sure. Okay, I'm gonna say Ingrid Galena. Did I say that right? Did I say that correctly? Tell me how to say it. Ingrid Galeana. Okay, I apologize. Here you go. Congratulations. Okay, here you go. I think I could do this one. Caitlin Linegar. I can do that one. does so many things out in the house, she finds herself coming and going. She's always doing something. It's pretty amazing. And we love her as our student board member. Jaden Lovett. Thank you. Amelia Lure. Lure. Amelia Lure. Sorry, I don't want to mispronounce it. Good job. Thanks. I can do this one too. Dominic Mayhall. Zachary Parks. Emily Ripley. Shouldn't even say what they play, but I should have from the very beginning. Braden Stoll. Sorry. Yes, there you go. Ava Whitehead. There she is. Shelby Rainey. She's always happy and sunshine. And Josephine Sumter. To seeing some performances on the new field and figuring out some new stuff. We're looking at things to make it so that they can host competitions here, which would be amazing, right? So we're looking at trying to figure that out. Mr. Roberts and I have had some discussions, and hopefully that'll trickle down to you guys. So thank you both for being here. We couldn't be more proud.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
So, thank you again, band. Wonderful job. Very, very good. Awesome, awesome. Next up on the agenda is recognition of Prather Pre-K kindergarten teacher Deanne Lobb, who won the Emerson 2022 Excellence in Teaching Award.
I give him a I just graduated with her. I'm not her sister. Before I present present this. Like I said, I did graduate with Deanne. I've known her for a really long time. It was really incredible to come back here and see her in her element. Sometimes people are in jobs for the right reasons and they're where they're supposed to be. And when you walk in her classroom, there is no doubt, I'm getting emotional, there's no doubt that she's in the right place. You go in there, and not only are the kids active and engaged in doing things, and they're 5, okay? They're 5. Just imagine corralling 5-year-olds. But they can tell you, I'll say to them, what are you doing? Oh, well, we're doing this. And why are you doing it? Well, we're doing it because of this. I mean, these are 5. They're 5. And then I'll say, so what are you learning? Oh, well, we learned this. And they can't wait to tell you. Like, there's a whole group of them around you telling you, and that we love Miss Lobb. Miss Lobb's our favorite. We love Miss Lobb. Miss Lobb's our favorite. And then I went to lunch the other day and had lunch, and her kids were there. You were in Miss Lobb's class. We were in Miss Lobb's class. Do you remember us? So, and they did pictures and ornaments for me last year, and we hung them in the office. And I mean, I just can't tell you, when I was an elementary principal, if you're having a bad day, the best place you can go is the kindergarten classroom. I mean, they will hug you till they knock you over. And I'm sure sometimes it can be exhausting, as I know. Another one of my friends is a kindergarten teacher. She has been for years too. And it's a special person. And you're such an important person in those child's development. And I just can't tell you how proud I am.
Thank you.
So that being aside, the Emerson Excellent Teaching Award is only given out to about 80 to 84 teachers a year in the entire metro St. Louis area. We're talking thousands and thousands of teachers. So Ms. Bratton and I decided very early on, I'm like, well, this is Deanne's year. We're going to nominate her. It's going to happen. And it's kind of a process, you know, but Ms. Bratton, if you want to come up and all, kind of maybe say a few words. This is the principal of Prather.
Yeah, absolutely. We are incredibly fortunate. I started my career teaching with Deanne and taking her advice and looking up to her as a mentor and seeing all the wonderful things that she does with not only her classroom but then the whole school. There are parts of Prather and traditions that are there because of Deanne. So we are lucky to have her, and we thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely, congratulations.
So we have this. We thought it was a nice certificate, but she's getting a Tiffany apple. Tiffany's that's worth like $1,000, and it's engraved and it's beautiful. So I know this pales in comparison. We are really, really, really proud of you to representing our school district among so many amazing individuals. So here you go.
Thank you.
And not just at school, her whole family who she raised, who's wonderful.
Right. And my friends from work. Right.
Yeah. Only Frank out, but the rest of them.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Next on the agenda is recognition of Wilson Education teacher, Ms. Kayla Briddick, for receiving the Catering for Education Award and free lunch all Wilson staff members from Subway and Easy Catering.
Okay. What's really cool about this, well, I graduated with her dad. Mom works here. It's her first year in our district, and she was recognized by a parent for the amazing work she does in the classroom. I don't know about you, but I mean, that's really something to be proud of for her and for all of us. And I was fortunate enough to go read in her classroom for a day too, and every child, we were on the carpet, because I like to sit on the carpet when they read, and they were all over her. They were like, I told you, this is her first room, they were hanging on her, and just, we love Miss Briddick, she's our favorite, and you could just tell how much you cared and they cared, and it was a beautiful experience, and thank you for letting me come do that. But to be recognized in your first year, and to have, so Subway is doing this across, what is it, 2022?
2022.
that many schools in the country, which is not very many when you consider how many schools are recognizing teachers. So the fact that she was included in just that small number for the whole country is phenomenal. I mean, I'm just so proud to have you here in the district. So, and also the entire staff, right, is getting a lunch on Subway. Yeah, this is really cool. So that was pretty neat. And did the kids know? Did your kids know? What did they? Were they excited?
They kind of wanted some too.
Yeah, we should. Probably should have got cookies or something. I take the band cookies. I probably should have brought them cookies, right? Should have done that too. Well, we're really, really proud of you, and I'm sure we'll have lots more awards for her as the years go on. Pick them up.
Well done. Yes. Fantastic. Congratulations again to all of our award recipients. Just great job. Wonderful. Just, it's so nice and so heartwarming for the school, for the district, but really for the community. It's just wonderful. Wonderful to see so much talent, so much giving back to the community and the school in so many ways. So thank you all very much for that. You all are welcome to stay the rest of the night. It might be a long meeting, I don't know, or it might be a short meeting, but it's a good opportunity. I don't mind though if you want to leave as well, so don't let me hold you up. Yeah, it might be an opportunity.
Thank you guys. Thank you. Bye.
Excuse me, how would I be able to get a picture that you took? It's gonna be on posted somewhere. Okay.
And they had, we were just over. Now it looks like we're in class. Right? Come on, where you sit class with lunch. Always come back to it, right? Thank you for coming up. Thank you. I'm trying to get in the front row. Ms. Watkins, did you tell the rest of them that?
We do have seats now for everybody else.
And we have them out in the hall too, they can bring them, so we're good.
So we are still
Gary's got that coat on.
still in public comment. At this time, we'll entertain anyone who is here for public comment. A few rules. Still got a couple.
That's my board. It's nice. Guys, there's chairs for you right outside.
For public comment, we are limiting you to 5 minutes, as we always do. Please understand that this is your opportunity to get up and talk, to say anything that you want. This is not a question and answer period, so this is not an opportunity for the board to respond in any way. This is just more of your opportunity to get up and talk. I think we might have at least one here on the agenda. Kay Rollins. See you, Kay? And we might have another one after that, but I'm not sure, or anyone else who wants to speak as well. So, Kay, would you like to start us off? You have a lectern there if you want to use it, or
Let us know that I need a lectern. Sure, I probably don't. My daughter assures me that when I talk, I sound mean, so I'm going to do my very best to address what I think we need to look at in the district without sounding mean. So, we all got pretty involved in the last election for the mayor and the school board, and I talked to everybody I voted for, and most of the people I voted for got it. And one of the primary things that most of the people in the community expressed was that we, first of all, wanted to keep the residency rule, but that's obviously gone now, so it doesn't matter. And we want community schools back, you know, which I think most people think would eliminate a lot of the transportation issues that we have. I know personally, my husband and I have one at Mitchell and one at Maryville, and literally he spends an hour and a half of his morning dropping off, picking up, coming home, waiting, dropping off, picking up. Then it's time to go get in the lovely line at Mitchell and wait and go, oh no, that guy's gonna get hit because they're pulling out because the cars are parked all the way down whatever road that is, you know. So 4 hours basically of our day is spent, and that's fine because that's what we choose to do. We're retired, we like having the grandkids, and it helps our kids out. But everybody doesn't have that. So I genuinely believe that if we got ourselves back to the community model, that would help that a lot. There was also going to be a parent organization form. Have we done anything, any forward motion toward that?
The strategic planning, addressing that.
Okay, because
Should we
I mean, I
start in
think
the
we,
next 2 weeks?
you know, I get like these last 2.5 years have been hard. Everybody knows that like nothing's been normal, nothing's been easy. You know, I walk in there and had my mask on and off 3 times, you know. But we got to figure something out. We got to find some way to get this community to again trust this body, because currently they don't. They don't trust what the school board does. You know, you are probably one of the kindest people in the world, but everybody's like, where did this lady come from? Like, you know, how does this happen like this? We have to find a way to recreate some trust from the citizens and the parents and the kids, and get more respect for the teachers. And we just have to do better, in my opinion. And then my last thing that I really do kind of want to address is like the bullying that exists. Do we have any plan for that? I mean, could there be oh, you got caught doing something nice, or just find some kind of way to improve it throughout this district? Because unfortunately, I do look at social media, and lots and lots of people have issues with this, and it just never seems to get addressed. So pretty much that's all I really have to say. I would like for the community to trust the school board. I would like for this community and this school district to survive, because I own my house and I don't want to move. But if our schools are like not something that welcomes other parents or other people to come here and send their kids to our schools, we have a problem. So that's pretty much all I gotta say.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. And thanks for being here to talk
Yes,
openly about that. I appreciate that.
I
And I'm open, anytime you wanna come.
You know, well, I had cancer, so I, for a while, did not go out into a lot of, like, rooms full of people, so, I'm inching back out into the world. And genuinely, exactly, and with the bullying, I mean, I was a social worker for a while until I couldn't do it anymore, but, there are things that we could do, that we could get people involved with to help with the bullying, and get parents involved, and we just have to do better, because we're, like right now, all we are is just constantly on social media with somebody complaining about something, and then it takes legs, and instead of like a solution coming, it just becomes the 400 comments that are just people being mean. So,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Thank you
And
so
I'm
much.
open.
Okay, well, we do need to get together, launch something,
Anytime.
yeah. All right.
I did also have on the agenda, Mr. Randy Christie. You also want to talk?
Yeah, I'm gonna talk,
Very good.
I'm gonna try to make it short. I have some, things not jotted down, typed down here. No, not necessary to put the camera right in my face.
That's how it works.
Yeah. So really, kind of to piggyback a little bit, it's just minor, more concerns about the trust and rebuilding trust with the board. A lot of these things that are on here are from like a general collection of community people that post things on Facebook. Obviously, Facebook is not the answer to getting information, but it is a very vocal place, and people feel more comfortable posting things on there, whether they're true or false. It is a place that you can get information to kind of filter through and figure out what is an issue and what is just a person complaining. So at this time right now, a lot of parents' issues are communication with the admin level is not very good. So whenever we reach out to board members, they're elected officials. So I feel like if I went and elected this person, if I email that person, I feel like they're obligated to give me a response. It may not be the response that I want. It may not be a long response, but they should send something back. So one, I know that they're, responding to their emails and doing their due diligence to, complete their job as a school board member. Whether it's a, hey, I can't discuss that because it's a personnel issue, or hey, we're working on that, when the details come out, I'll make sure that I get them to you. Not a no response at all, and then I have to respond again, and then I respond again. And then you get to the point where you're like, okay, so now they're not gonna respond to me via email. Now I have to go to social media to kind of get my point across. And when you go to Facebook or social media to post things that you've emailed, it looks malicious. When it's not malicious intent, it's just the only way you can get the information out for the school board members or the administrators to give you a response. Because usually when someone sees something on Facebook, first thing they want to do is comment on it. So you do that to get the response you need. And then it's then it looks like you're attacking them, but that's not really what we're trying to do. We're just trying to get answers. We're trying to find out if what's taking place in closed session is appropriate for closed session. And it's not something that could have been discussed in open session, but you decided that since you had one other issue, you would conduct all the issues in closed session. That's just the way it appears. I don't know if that's the case, because obviously I'm not in closed session, but it appears that way. So parents reach out, and these are the things that they are asking me to talk about. Hey, can you ask them what goes on? Why are we not hearing? Like, things are popping up on the agenda, but they're not being discussed openly. And then boom, it's like approved. Like, we just come out and we vote and it's approved, but it was never discussed. Teachers and school employees feel like, they're not being supported by the school board. It's generally, it's not like anything in particular. But one of the examples of that would be, we asked teachers some questions about curriculum, and we got different answers from those teachers. Not everybody had the same answer. So I would think that if we have a standard within the school district, that everybody should be on the same page of where to get that information from. So then the next thing would be going back to the way we conduct business as a school board. The new school board member, it appears that the new school board member was selected solely for a vote, not really looked at for the criteria needed for the school board, but solely to gain a vote. And the reason I say that is not to say that she's not qualified. I don't want to take anything away from her. I think she's probably a qualified person. I've seen her resume personally. I read it. I think she's a great person. But the way the process took place, there were other highly qualified candidates for this position that didn't even get an interview. We're talking about teachers, administrators, people that are in the community. They didn't even get an interview to move forward in the process. So not all people were interviewed. And it just appears that we hand-selected a person that we knew would give us what we wanted, and we moved them through the process. Is that what happened? I don't know. I don't sit in those meetings, so I don't know what happens. Then going into the budget really quick, we don't know how the budget works as a community. Not everybody knows the ins and outs of grants and the way they got to be spent and how the things work. So state requirements, but hold on, wait, let me kind of back up here really quick. So all the things that we spend money on, like, I know that some of those things you have to discuss in closed session, but a lot of those things can be discussed openly, and you can take feedback from the community to see if that's really the right thing to do. You can't be the only person making decisions without taking the community into consideration, at least, asking questions, putting a little quick memo out, hey, we're thinking of doing this, can we get some feedback? Now, you don't have to listen, but some people are just gonna say things to say it, but you can at least take that feedback and see what people are thinking. All this comes back to, we have to have a way to get the community to trust the board's decisions, and the only way you can do that is by listening. Just listen to what they have to say, take it into consideration, and then, move forward. That's really all I kind of have to say. Some of it was skipped over just to make it a little bit brief. I appreciate you letting me come out and speak. I do have a lot of things I want to discuss, but I'll try to come as many times as I can to kind of hit certain points here and there. But I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Wilson. We appreciate that, appreciate your comments. Anybody else here for public comment tonight? Okay, thank you very much. Item number 5 on the agenda is approval of the minutes of the regular meeting of the Board of Education held on October 25th, 2022.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. The ayes have it. Item 6A is item 6 is the consent agenda with numerous items on there. Happy to pull any of those out, or I will entertain a motion to accept them all.
So moved.
Second?
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Knoble,
Aye.
Kern,
Aye.
Nunn, I, Bryant,
Aye.
Stacy,
Aye.
Vinnie,
Aye.
Wolfmeyer.
Aye. Item 8 is recommendation and communications. Item 8A is retirements and resignations.
It is recommended that the following retirements and resignations be accepted. Monty Hopkey, maintenance for the district, effective 5/29/2026. Jennifer Sonnenberg, secretary GCHS, resignation 11/25/22.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Kern,
Aye.
Nunn, I, Bryant,
Aye.
Stacy,
Aye.
Vinnie,
Aye.
Knoble,
Aye.
Wolfmeyer.
Aye. Item 8B, requests for leaves of absence.
It is recommended that the following requests for leaves of absence be approved. Amy Finazzo, paraprofessional Frohart, effective 9/14/22 to 10/21/22. Mr. Mark Lowell, principal Maryville, effective 12/12/22 to 12/21/22. Ms. Rhonda Massey, cafeteria GCHS, effective 10/17/22 to 1/9/23. And Ms. Teresa Copper, monitor at Coolidge, 11/7/22 to 1/30/23.
So moved.
Second?
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Nunn, I, Bryant,
Aye.
Stacy,
Aye.
Vinnie,
Aye.
Knoble,
Aye.
Kern,
Aye.
Wolfmeyer.
Aye. Item 8C, extracurricular resignations for the 22-23 school year.
The GCSD9 and district administration is recommending that the following extracurricular resignation for the 22-23 school year be accepted. Mr. Corey Bird, assistant track coach at Coolidge.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Bryant,
Aye.
Stacy,
Aye.
Vinnie,
Aye.
Knoble,
Aye.
Kern,
Aye.
Nunn, I, Wolfmeyer.
Aye. Item 8D, certified and classified substitutes.
I get very excited about this one,
Yeah.
every time. The GCSD9 administration recommends that the following applicants be board approved as substitutes for the 22-23 school year. Certified, Ms. Holly Kreider, Mr. Mark Royce, Ms. Karen Greenwald, Ms. Adiah Moore. Classified, Michelle Broadwater, Amanda Kidd, and Alyssa Nash Salash. We are very appreciative.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Stacy,
Aye.
Vinnie,
Aye.
Knoble,
Aye.
Kern,
Aye.
Nunn, I, Bryant,
Aye.
Wolfmeyer.
Aye. And I don't have that sheet up there. This one.
I have this one.
Yeah, I don't see it on the agenda.
I don't either. The rescinding of the employment.
The drop off at the bottom.
Yeah, how do I-
80.
Put it in
I have.
I've got it.
Oh, there it is, okay.
Okay.
Item 8E1, rescind employment of special education paraprofessional.
Due to Quentin Wiley's decline in the offer of the paraprofessional position at Grigsby Intermediate School for the 22-23 school year, the administration has requested rescinding the recommendation.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Vinnie,
Aye.
Knoble,
Aye.
Kern,
Aye.
Nunn, I, Bryant,
Aye.
Stacy,
Aye.
Wolfmeyer.
Aye. And item 8E2 is employment of special education paraprofessional.
The interview committee consisting of Vicki Watkins, Kristen Navashis Caberna, and Shana McClendon interviewed candidates for the paraprofessional position at Grigsby Intermediate School. We are recommending Mr. Arthur Brown for the 22-23 school year.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Knoble,
Aye.
Kern,
Aye.
None, I, Bryant.
Aye.
Stacy.
Aye.
Vinnie.
Aye.
Wolfmeyer.
Aye. Item E, 8E3, employment of truancy homeless interventionist.
The interview committee consisting of Stephanie Can, Mr. Jim Parker, HR Executive Director Operations David Keel, District Manager Communications Chris Mitchell, and COVID Coordinator Steve Mathis interviewed candidates for the truancy homeless interventionist position. And we are pleased to recommend Mr. Ruben Carranza for the truancy homeless interventionist position for the 22-23 school year.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Curran.
Aye.
None, I, Bryant.
Aye.
Stacy.
Aye.
Vinnie.
Aye.
Knogle.
Aye.
Wolfmeyer.
Aye. Item 8E4, with your approval, I'd like to move that to executive session.
And that would be under 2C1, and that allows the board to take discussion of employment of individuals into closed session, for those that are interested.
Thank you, Mr. Schooley.
Thank you very much.
So we have to vote on that or just move it?
No, we can just hold it.
You can hold it and then you can't vote though.
Item 8E5, superintendent's contract for approval. Happy to entertain a motion for approval of the contract.
I'll make the motion.
Second?
Motion and a second. Any discussion?
Just to clarify on the term, it's 3 years, correct?
3-year term, that's correct.
Thank you.
Roll call, please, Zach.
None, or I'm sorry, I had the wrong one. Who was I was the motion and then Linda was second, correct?
Yes.
Alright, Bryant.
Abstain.
Stacy.
No.
Vinnie.
Aye.
Knogle.
Aye.
Curran.
Aye.
None, I, Wolfmeyer.
Abstain. Congratulations, Ms. Can.
Thank
For your contract.
Looking forward to more change and positive stuff for the kids.
Thank you.
Well
Couldn't be
done, well
me.
done. We appreciate it. Item 9, I don't see anything under old business. Item 10, new business. 10A is Granite City High School HVAC renovation with train.
I'm gonna read this and then I'm gonna see if Mr. Smith has anything to add. So GCSD9 administration requests the approval for train heating and cooling for the Granite City High School renovation project to replace the entire HVAC system. This will allow communication with technology already in place, eliminate boilers, save on utilities, and replace a system that was installed in 1994. It's definitely, the people in the high school can tell us, correct, Mr. View, that isn't working very well?
No, it needs help.
I knew he would be a good one. Train will design specs, will take care of the bidding for the work to be completed on this project. The entire project will be approximately $8.42 million. It will be paid through ESSER grant funding. We are looking for areas to cut things. Mr. Smith, there you are, you want to comment at all on this?
Yeah, the system we're looking at is a VRF system. It's a variable flow refrigerant. It's good for the multiple rooms that are in that building, the different levels of the building. We're going to get higher energy efficient. It's going to help with a lot of cooling costs and heating costs. We're going to have more control over the individual room temperatures than what we have now. You probably won't even hear the system run, it'd be so quiet. And they're actually giving us a 10-year warranty on the system. That's everything. And then we're also adding a dedicated outdoor air supply. With this system, we're going with outside units that will actually dehumidify the air, condition the air, bring it into the building at a certain humidity and a certain temperature. And then the VRF system will take that air, make it comfortable for the individuals inside. We're looking for better air quality. In the areas with higher humidity, the dedicated outdoor air system is needed to lower the humidity. And the discharge air is roughly, winter and summer, is around 68 to 72 degrees coming out of that. And then that internal unit, the VRF system, will take that air and change it to whatever temperature that is needed in that room. So we're hoping that this will take care of a lot of the heating and cooling problems. We're looking at demolition of all of the boilers that are in there, and that's actually going to give us a large area. If anyone's been in the Warrior Hallway, all the storage, all that will be in the boiler room now. we'll have a receiving area, so we'll be able to utilize space a little better in that building.
What's the timeline for like doing this?
Actually, that's a good question. We are, talked with Darren, where we can possibly get some extra rooms during the year. With the impact of this and the amount of work that has to be done, we might start at the beginning of the school, or, beginning of the year. We're looking at, January, maybe a start date in those rooms that we're able to start at. So there's a lot of duct work and different things that can be done on the outside and on the inside.
So moved. Thank you very much. Much needed.
Got a motion and a second? Any other discussion?
We have a VRF system, I've said this to you, at the library. We've had it for over 8 years now, and it's been great. We don't have problems with it. I mean, and when we do, it's something small, it's fixed in a heartbeat. And then we also, I'm on the board of the Madison County Historical Society, and we have VRF units installed at the Weir House, the museum building in Edwardsville. So anyway, yeah, that one's a much newer system. But I know a lot of people aren't familiar with VRF and all of that, so it's not some oddball tech. It's not the oldest thing in the world, certainly, but it's been around for a while. It seems to have a pretty good track record so far.
Have you seen cost savings at the library?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
that's
Yeah,
what
it's,
that's what we're really hoping.
We have a 4-inch gas line, or might even be a 6-inch gas line going into that building, so that will be
Yeah. Well, I think
mostly
this one
eliminated.
might be slightly better because of the
Outdoor air system.
Right.
the outdoor air system, plus it's not completely refrigerant.
This system is gonna be.
This one is
refrigerant,
completely
yes.
refrigerant. Okay, I think we talked about another
Yeah,
one too.
some other ones, they'll use a refrigerated water.
Okay.
For this system, we'll use all refrigerant inside the
Okay.
classrooms.
I like that it's state of the art and we're doing something new that's gonna help us. in the
Yeah, we've had really good luck with ours.
We have one thing, Train has, I talked to them about training our people. They're willing to train our HVAC guys to actually work on this or troubleshoot it. And with the controls that come with this, they'll be able to actually see a reading of that problem. So it should really eliminate a lot of the heating and cooling issues of that building.
Explain the ESSER funding, will you please? It's $8.42 million, but it is all through ESSER.
And the reason that ESSER can do that is for COVID response, so air quality, air cleaning, it's pretty bad at the high school, and this is just allow the clean air that comes in is huge for that. Any HVAC updates can be covered and paid for through the ESSER grant for schools. So we're very fortunate to be able to not only have healthier air, but a better system in that building through the grant funding.
And with talking with finance and with the superintendent, we may never have an opportunity to have that type of money to be able to take a project like this on.
And it really needs to be done.
Yeah.
Well done by everybody.
Thank
This is
you.
just incredible.
And you said there's places that we're actually looking to even cut that
Yes, we
8.42
are.
Yes,
million.
yes.
So-
Right.
We have, there's a lot of different issues far as, I have in there, I had them replace every unit on top of the building that's over the offices. Some of those may be able to stay.
Right.
I went ahead and had everything put in there, so we have the highest amount of money that we're gonna see out of this project.
Right.
And if there's anything comes up, we can cut, but they're stating that there will nothing come up. And actually, we used them at Grigsby, we didn't have any
They
extra
were really
costs, so.
good.
Okay.
And they were able to do that within the time frame they, said too.
Which was pretty amazing, the little time
Mhm.
they had to do all that work, and they
Yeah.
did finish in time.
All right, we've got a motion and a second. Roll call, please, Zach.
Stacy,
Aye.
Vinnie,
Aye.
Knogle,
Aye.
Curran,
Aye.
None, I, Bryant,
Aye.
Wilmsmeyer.
Aye. Item 10B, wrought iron fencing at Failing Road and Madison Avenue.
Yes, the GCSD9 administration requests the approval of the bid on the alternate wrought iron fencing with gate, the softball field project at Failing Road and Madison Avenue. The estimate is $184,750. Do you want to explain, Mr. Smith, to the area that this encompasses?
This will, go from the baseball field fence. There'll be a new sidewalk from the baseball field parking lot to the new softball field. There'll be a 4-foot man gate there. Then it will go all the way over towards, Namioki Road. It's gonna go all along Failing, it'll go Namioki Road, then it'll cut back and go on Namioki Road towards Coolidge, cut across Coolidge's parking lot and connect to the corner of the building. And with that, that parking lot will be able to be shut off with a gate. So if kids are practicing or doing something during the day, that gate can be closed, and no one's coming in that lot.
I like that along the roads too. It creates
It's a buffer
a
zone.
buffer for, they're practicing soccer, the ball goes in the road. I mean, it's just a big safety feature for us.
So really-
to happen.
So really, this is Failing Road and Namioki Road?
That's correct.
Yeah, not Madison.
Oh, did I say Madison? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, those don't enter.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
And then the new sidewalk that the city put in right along.
Yes, it'll go right along that.
Namioki Road, it'll be really nice,
Yeah.
it goes right along there. And like, I think, Sergeant Stacy said before too, we're just looking for layers too.
Right.
I think it's really important, it's part safety, it's part aesthetics, but anytime someone has to get over something else, it'll be a 6 foot.
And
6 foot
I started saying,
style
that's gonna
fence
look
is
like
what's
this.
back there.
It's 4
Yeah.
foot there, but it'll be 6 foot, that's the.
That's the quality of fence that we will be
Okay,
doing.
yeah, absolutely.
That way we didn't have to put chain link in the front. Some areas where we're looking at perimeter fencing, it might not all be that, but, trying to do something that's aesthetically pleasing and safe at the same point.
Move to approve the amendment of Madison Avenue change.
Second.
I didn't even look at it.
There'll be, one gate.
Got a motion and a second, any
We
other
try to keep the
discussion?
public from walking in on the kids.
Roll call, please.
Finney,
Aye.
Kenogle,
So there's a monster
Aye.
gate.
none,
that goes
aye,
across the
Bryant,
sidewalk.
Aye.
Yeah.
Stacy,
And that
Aye.
would be part of it.
Holmes,
Aye. Item 10C was pulled from the agenda.
It was just a lack of, we had some issues that came up and then it's not a good, so.
Okay. Item 10D is varsity tutors for schools.
I'm very excited, we talked about that last time, if anybody remembers. The GCSD9 administration requests the approval of the varsity tutors agreement for FY 22-23. The initial term of November 11th, 22 to December 23rd, 23, a total of $58,200. We discussed this last time, it'll be valid for 5 through 12, with 24/7. Actually, it responds very well to what you talked about in our last, what Caitlin and her, and Lucas talked about in their last thing. It allows for live tutoring, for students, and even 24/7, we have a lot of students that are at practice, the band doesn't get back until late, or they're somewhere else, this way they can get on and they can upload their homework, they can upload papers 48 hours in advance. It just allows extra in addition to what teachers provide for tutoring as well. It just gives them an opportunity to have an extra source, which we're really hoping will help with, instruction and learning and bring our scores up too. So, I'm really excited about this.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Kenogle,
Aye.
Curran,
Aye.
none, aye, Bryant,
Aye.
Stacy,
Aye.
Vinnie,
Aye.
Holmes,
Aye. Item 10E, home team promotions agreement.
Right, this is, GCSD9 administration is requesting the approval of the home team promotions to manage and promote online e-commerce store, selling promotional clothing, gear, and other items approved by GCSD9 with approved logos and wording. GCSD9 will receive 10% of the gross revenue produced by the store. We had this representative meet with Principal Depew and Mr. Mode about this, and I think what you said, correct me if I'm wrong, Principal Depew, that it will allow the other schools, all of our schools, to be able to order things with like the Prather Lions, or it doesn't look like a lion.
The new line.
But they'll be able to do that without having to go through the school or whatever, so I think it'll be easier, and you met and you felt like it was good.
One-stop shop.
All the money would go to the district, all the proceeds would go to the district.
Yes.
But the district logo, all of the logos in the individual schools will be utilized.
Perfect, which was that's what you really liked, right?
Yeah,
I
I like
had
that,
them-
that's something different than we typically have.
Yeah.
Usually our athletic teams will have,
Right.
e-stores, we have companies that we work with, they do that individually by team. A lot of it is geared with the high school logos, but using the other buildings, I think will be beneficial.
And that's something that can be live like all the time, it's not like just
Right.
state to state.
Right.
Which
And
is.
does it negatively impact any fundraising efforts for those teams that would have?
No, it would just be another option.
Okay.
So those teams could still have theirs, and the products may not be the same.
You know how quickly they'll be able to buy?
Like the turnaround?
Yeah, or, no, well, and when it'll start up, when it'll. go
I
live?
think once
Once
it's
approval, I
approved,
think
it'll
it
move
starts.
fairly quickly,
Starts,
and we'll
okay.
get them the logos, and then they can
Probably
create
after
it.
Thanksgiving.
Probably for Christmas, yeah.
Yeah, and I think this percentage is higher than, isn't this percentage higher than what we had before with some of the organizations?
Yeah, slightly,
Mhm,
yeah.
just a little higher as well.
But it's, if we can benefit from it, in the long term.
I like that the other schools can do it, I like the great schools. do
Is
it.
there a fee that we pay for them to manage this, or is it just we get our 10% and then
We
they,
get our
if they're running a business,
just-
give us
they're
10%?
making
They just have
Right.
usage of our logos.
Perfect, move to approve.
Second.
Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Curran,
Aye.
None, I, Bryant,
Aye.
Stacy,
Aye.
Vinnie,
Aye.
Knoble,
Aye.
Wilmsmeyer.
Aye. Item 10F, GCHS driver's education car bid.
GCSD9 administration is requesting the approval of the lowest bid for the driver's education cars. The following bids were received from Weber Chevrolet. They were the only bidder. We send things out, we're only getting one bidder for a lot of things. Item 1 is a Chevy Equinox, 2 of those. Prices is $24,990. Chevy Malibu, price per item is $24,351.
So moved.
Ours are really shot.
Second.
Really,
Any discussion?
it's pretty good.
How quickly can we get these? Because I know there's supply chain.
They, I can tell you, we just went out there the other day and they had those on their
Yeah,
lot.
that's
Okay.
part
Like
of
a
the
ton
deal.
of Malibus and.
Wasn't that the thing, was they could get them?
We
Okay,
could,
well, we couldn't get vans, that's one thing we can
Yeah.
still.
We
yeah,
can try to
vans,
see.
no. Equinoxes and Malibus, plenty of them on the lot.
And if you
Might be
see our
able to know
hands,
from
we
the
need
pictures.
some new ones, okay? But we can't find them. Some of them are rusted, it's kind of sad.
I can tell you, we have, you know, you talk about supply chain issues.
Mhm.
Our squad cars, we ordered a year ago and just got them in. So, I mean, it takes, some of these cars take a while.
So Weber told us that these were in stock.
Right.
Yes, they are, I'm telling you,
That was
when
part
I
of
looked
the
at them.
deal.
Yes.
We knew we could get them quickly.
Any other
We go to
discussion?
test drive.
Out of curiosity, I mean, it's not gonna impact my vote, but do they like modify them for us too, like?
Yeah.
drive
Right,
cars
they
and
have.
They
everything?
put the brakes in,
That
yeah.
includes all of this? Okay,
No,
That'll be extra.
no, they'll
We
be
just bid the
extra?
cars.
So they'll do
Oh,
it
the
for
cost,
us? Okay,
yeah.
that's,
The installation of the brakes and stuff like that will be a little extra.
okay, yes.
didn't come with brakes.
The extra
And on both
standard.
sides.
Do you need a motion?
Yeah, I think we got a motion in a second. All right, roll call, please.
None, I, Bryant,
Aye.
Stacy,
Aye.
Vinnie,
Aye.
Knoble,
Aye.
Curran,
Aye.
Wilmsmeyer.
Aye. Item 10G, tax levy resolution for the 2022 taxes collected in 2023.
I'll read this and then I'll see if Mr. Surrey has anything to add. Our administration requests that the Board of Education adopt a tax levy resolution for the 2022 taxes collected in 2023. The proposed resolution is computed on a 15% increase in assessed valuation and $50 million in new property. This will result in a tax rate of 4.1411, which would be 0.587 less than last year's 4.2998. So in other words, the tax rate will go down. Authorized publication of the notice of proposed property tax increase for the Granite City Community School District 9 and the Truth in Taxation Certificate. Copies are attached. These are required anytime you exceed the 5%. And to set the December 13th, 2022 at 6 p.m. for the hearing in the boardroom as the time and place for this hearing on the 2022 levy. I want to preface this, we are not raising taxes. This is about tax rates. If you want to, it just allows us to gain the lowest tax rate by looking at the EAVs and getting as much as we can from those raised, estimated, yes. So, anything else you want to add to that?
We expect very little change in the tax rate.
Right, but you have to try to get what you can from those EAVs, and we're estimating those being higher, so.
Yes, there were some tips that fell off that we had to go out and capture some of that.
And that gets us to capture that lowest tax rate, so it doesn't mean higher taxes.
But the actual levy will be voted upon and passed after you conduct the public hearing on it.
Yes.
That is
At the
correct.
December meeting.
Yes.
And that's what we're asking for approval for these things.
So moved.
Second.
So to be clear, Mr. Schooley, on this one, we're just looking for adopting the resolution
Right,
at this meeting?
Yes, it's adopting the resolution for the proposed tax levy, but we have to put the notice in the newspaper setting the public hearing for December 13th.
So that's what we're approving.
So we're
That's
voting
right.
to
Yes.
put it on the agenda.
Things.
We're
That's
putting it
correct.
to
Yeah, we're
really
approving
authorize
that.
the publication.
That is correct.
So one motion and second will take care, one vote will take
Yeah.
care of all three of these
It's-
items.
It's in the resolution.
Okay, very good. I think I had a motion.
Yes.
And
Here.
second.
And a second? Okay, you got them both, Zach? All right, any discussion, any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Bryant,
Aye.
Stacy,
Aye.
Vinnie,
Aye.
Knoble,
Aye.
Kern,
Aye.
none, I, Wilmsmeyer.
Aye. Anybody wants to come for the public hearing next month, please join us.
I will have a presentation.
Where you're gonna put it in.
It'll be riveting.
Item 10H, school maintenance project, grant program acceptance.
Our administration requests authorization to accept the school maintenance project grant program for $50,000 to improve door hardware at all the schools, much needed for safety as well. This is a matching grant, and $50,000 of the operations and maintenance fund monies will be allocated to meet the district's obligation in this 22-23 budget. So it's a $50,000 they give us, we match it with 50. We're using that for all the door upgrades for the fobs, correct? And that's a major
Okay,
safety
that's,
issue.
that's what I was gonna ask. Major expense, yeah.
So approval is recommended.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Vinnie,
Aye.
Knoble,
Aye.
Kern,
Aye.
none, I, Bryant,
Aye.
Stacy,
Aye.
Wilmsmeyer.
Aye, and I want to thank the staff again for finding these grants, because that's huge. That's
Yeah.
50 cents on the dollar there that we're getting this done for. This is great for safety and security and everything, so well done. Item 10I, arbiter sports pay agreement.
The GCSD9 administration requests authorization to approve the 5-year agreement with Arbiter Sports Pay. The cost over 4 years is $13,015.53. This is officials, the higher level.
Okay.
They manage the officials through sports. I'm ready. You want to say something?
It's
Jack?
4 years, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
it's 4
I
years?
mistake that.
Oh, I'm sorry, I said 5.
It's
4.
5, it says 5 in there.
4 years.
Well, it says
It's,
4.
it's over 4 years.
Mine says 4.
Well, it says 5-year agreement.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
it's
it
a
does.
4 year.
4 years, so it's a 4-year
4 year.
agreement.
So we need to amend it.
Sorry.
Gosh, I read through these, but I guess after a while you just don't.
Move to approve as the 4-year
4-year.
agreement.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Knoble,
Aye.
Kern,
Aye.
none, I, Bryant,
Aye.
Stacy,
Aye.
Vinnie,
Aye.
Wilmsmeyer.
Aye. And I think that takes us to executive session. We have exceptions noted under 5 ILCS 120-2 Open Meetings Act. Tonight, we're going into executive session to discuss student safety 2C8 and appointment of specific employees of the public body 2C1. Happy to entertain a motion to go into executive session.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it. 7:02, thank you.